For this final sprint, we've been able to get the rest of most of our must-have functionality up and running. We have figured out how to get forms to work by submitting access requests and revoke requests, and we have found a way to prevent users from creating their user account if they already have one, and a few other things behind the scenes, but I'll just go ahead and show you how it works right now. So you can go to create access request if you're a requester. And then if it's your first time submitting a request, we couldn't figure out how to include this into one form, so you have to go and create your user account first. John Smith. And we added these information buttons because a lot of people might get confused whether or not to use their MyID or their UGID because they sound really similar. So UGID is your 811, so I'll do that. Make one up. Okay, so we're still trying to get a way to figure out how to redirect this automatically back to the create access request page, but right now it takes you to your details page after you create your person object. So then you can just go back to create access request, and then when it asks for person, you just find yourself, and then you can choose your job function. This is supposed to be a multi-select pick list, but it's only letting you select one, so I'll have to go back and figure that out later. And then you can put in your justification. Additional information is not required at this time. All right, still going to need to figure out what that means, but it still adds it to the database, so at least that is working right now. Okay, and then manage open requests. The requester can do this, and they can see also a button to create an access request, which will take them back to the page that I was just previously on. So in my last screencast, this was working correctly, but basically the requester, the data steward, and the administrator, we created different views that they should automatically see when they click on the page, but it's for some reason, for all of the request pages, it's defaulting to the same one, and if you change one of them, it changes all of them. So that's something we're going to have to figure out, but for now, I guess I'll just go ahead and click the one that we want to see. So we want to see requester view. This is just open requests. So this shows you the requests that simply pertain to you. You can see what you submitted, and what the request status is. And then you should be able to view your past requests too, and it should automatically take you to this view of all of your requests, including current and past requests. Yeah, so for the data steward view, should automatically take you to your open requests. So it should be this page. And I showed this in the last screencast too, so I'm not going to go into as much detail. View past requests, data steward. So we have that view set up, and it shows you, when it was created, justification, and then the status. And then right now, we're trying to figure out a way to do inline buttons, but for now, you can just change the status by clicking right here, and changing it like that. Manage users. Data steward should be able to manage users, so you can create a new person. We were trying to figure out if you should do new account or new person, because account is a built-in Salesforce object, but right now we're using people, so I just included both. But you can create a user, similar to how the user can create their own user profile. And then you can request to revoke users access. So this will take you to the form to create a revoke request, you search who you want to revoke. So I'm going to revoke John Smith's access, who I previously just demonstrated submitting a request, and then the reason he doesn't work here. And then I'll submit that. So yeah, that should revoke his access or change his access level to no access. Then in the administrator view, the administrator should be able to view all access requests. So this view is for admin and data steward. And this will show all of the requests, not just the one that was sent from the person who is logged in. And then manage users is the same as the data steward. And then system audits. So in the system audit right now, we have the users table, and we have the all requests. So if we have time, if we're able to, we can try to figure out a way to make these go together and sort of have it based on timestamp. But for right now, I think it's just important that we have it in here. So if there's time later, we'll try to figure out how to get it based on timestamp and get it in order based on all of the activity in the system. So yeah, I think that's it. We still need to figure out what to put on the homepage, if anything, or if we just need, I don't know if you can get rid of it, but maybe we could put these links in the homepage too, just to make it easier. So yeah, that's pretty much it. Some functionality that we definitely need to look into more before we present, if we can figure it out, includes requiring a data steward to add additional comments when placing a request on hold, sending the data steward an email if they have not changed the status from pending or hold in 2 weeks. So for 2 weeks, if there's no activity, they need to get an email automatically. We need to figure out how to send a request that is on hold back to the user and require them to add additional information based on what the data steward is asking for. So we might try to figure that out via email if we can figure out the email thing. We also need to get the views to automatically default for the access request views. I don't know why Salesforce is being weird all of a sudden, but what's new? And we need to figure out how to create reports, maybe to make the system audit log more intuitive and based on timestamp rather than just using separate tables for the requests and the users and stuff like that. And then we just need to also add more test records to the database and make it look nice, make the records look legit. So yeah, that's what we've got right now. Thanks for watching.